Backchat TV. Subscribe.
He has also talked about it. That left hook is so good, and it's so long and so precise and so hard, but
What's going on, guys? It's Backchat TV and I'm back with another video. So, Turki sheikh has laid down the law. Apparently, he's told the lineal heavyweight champion of the world, Tyson Fury, as well as Alexander Usyk, that if any one of them pulls out of this fight again, they will be fined £10 million apparently. And also, he's also somehow forced them to sign a new rescheduled date of 18th of May. And now I just think that this is just ridiculous. I like what he's trying to do. You know, he's trying to save this card. He's trying to save people's interest so that people kind of will revisit it, so that, you know, to give the fans a date that at least they can think, okay, well, this is the date. We've got a date. Personally, I hold that date with a pinch of salt. You know, I wouldn't hold my breath, as they say. You know, I don't think any of that means anything. I mean, how can you put a time limit on how quickly a cut like that, such a deep cut, is going to get better? You know, to actually sign something to say this is the date you have to fight or you're fined £10 million. Just, I think he doesn't know how things work, Turkey. But I like the fact, I like what he's trying to do to tie them down to a date. I know he's really talking to Tyson Fury, because Alexander Usyk's never pulled out of anything, and Tyson Fury has the worst track record. But I think Turkey just doesn't want fans to kind of lose interest because they've invested a lot of money. I think it might be too late. I've kind of lost interest. And you know what's funny? I've lost interest for a few reasons. I'm kind of seeing Tyson Fury in a new light. I'm seeing Tyson Fury the whole picture now. You know, when I think about it, the truth is, Tyson Fury maybe just isn't really that good. Maybe we have completely overestimated Tyson Fury's ability. Now, before you know, people who are Tyson Fury fans, I've got some things I'm going to say to back it up. I'm not just, you know, bashing him for no reason. Tyson Fury, a little bit like Deontay Wilder, hasn't really fought the best opposition. So we don't really know how good he is. He might be good, but nowhere close to great. And what I mean by that, if you look at Deontay Wilder was knocking out everybody and he was highly rated, but a lot of, not casual fans, but proper fans were saying, you know, he only has a right hand, he's not that good. And when he stepped up, Tyson Fury, we saw he only had a right hand. He literally didn't have anything else. He completely was out of ideas when that right hand wouldn't land. When he fought Joseph Parker and he couldn't land the right hand, he looked like a total amateur. His timing was off, everything was off, and it's because that right hand wasn't landing. It just goes to show, when he stepped up in competition, he looked like an amateur. Tyson Fury, or let's just actually talk about Anthony Joshua. With Anthony Joshua, although he's had a lot of criticism, we know what we're getting with Anthony Joshua. Anthony Joshua is a great fighter, and he looks like he's even getting better. And Anthony Joshua's resume, there's nobody in heavyweight boxing that can compete with Anthony Joshua's resume. He's fought everyone. He's never said no to a fight, and he's always fought, and because of that, he's fought high competition. And because of that, he has some losses as well. And I think people are starting to realize how good Anthony Joshua actually is. You know, he's learning. He's putting right a lot of his mistakes, and you know, he's fought his record. You know, from Vladimir Klitschko to Parker to, you know, so many former champions, Dillian Whyte, and everybody Anthony Joshua has fought. And he's beaten most of his fight. Even the fight that everyone mocks him for when he lost against Andy Ruiz, he came back and completely outboxed him. Just goes to show it was an off night. The only people he convincingly got beaten by was Alexander Usyk, which is a great record compared to all the people he's fought. Now, if you look at Tyson Fury, who has Tyson Fury fought? Early on in Tyson Fury's career, I can't remember the guy's name, I'm sorry, but it was a a guy who, if I remembered his name, you probably would never heard of him. He went life and death with this guy. Kind of fat, chubby kind of guy. Put Tyson Fury under a lot of pressure. And it could have gone either way. Tyson Fury kind of edged it, but some people say that he lost. That was his first loss. That was very early on in his career. Kind of got exposed early on. He went on to fight a few other fighters. One of those fighters being Otto Wallin. Otto Wallin kind of exposed him. Everyone says he kind of exposed him. Opened up that terrible cut on his eye from a punch, not a headbutt or a clash, whatever they tried to say in the beginning. We saw what Anthony Joshua did to an supposedly improved Otto Wallin. So what does that say? Yes, Tyson Fury beat Vladimir Klitschko. But Vladimir Klitschko has always been kind of a robotic fighter. He wants you to engage with him. He doesn't want to fight someone on the back foot, jabbing and moving and moving and moving. He's not really a person who kind of pressures and throws lots of punches and stuff like that. Kind of throws 1-2s, kind of gets close and wants to cut off the ring and throw 1-2s and wants you to stay in one position. And if you've got the dimensions of Tyson Fury, who completely outboxed Klitschko, he just stayed on the outside, jabbing, moving, tying him up, and Klitschko couldn't get past that reach. And he was, it was a good performance, but no one really got hurt. Klitschko looked as if he'd been in a light sparring match, and he automatically said he knew what he kind of did wrong, and he wanted the rematch, and he was supposed to have the rematch. What happened? Tyson Fury pulled out. This mental health nonsense. He's got a terrible track record of pulling out. He pulled out, so we don't know how successful Klitschko would have been in a rematch. Then obviously we got the Deontay Wilder trilogies. He kind of went life and death with Deontay Wilder in the third fight. And then we saw how easily Parker handled Deontay Wilder. So that's saying something. The list goes on. I haven't finished. Tyson Fury got knocked down heavily by Steve Cunningham, someone who was barely a cruiserweight. So what's that saying about Tyson Fury? Is his defense that great, like people always say? You know, if you put pressure on him, you see the cracks. The list goes on. Tyson Fury gets knocked down heavily by a man making his heavyweight boxing debut. Never boxed before. Dropped him heavily, and then not just dropped him, but was competitive throughout the whole fight after that. Francis Ngannou, a man who'd never been in the ring. I hope I'm making a case here. If you're listening, I want you to consider Tyson Fury. How good is Tyson Fury? We go on after that. Who else has he really fought? Can you name any top fighters that he's fought apart from Vladimir Klitschko and Deontay Wilder? You know, like I said, Deontay Wilder is questionable. So if you take away Deontay Wilder from that record, all you really have is Vladimir Klitschko. Now, I don't know if I'm making a mistake here, but I can't think of any other top fighter Tyson Fury has beat. A good performance against Derek Chisora. But Derek Chisora never even looked that hurt in their first kind of fight. And then, you know, in the last one, he just looked like an old man. But he still was standing on 2 feet. But David Haye obliterated Derek Chisora, if I remember correctly. I'm sure he dropped him and all sorts. You know, and everyone knows that Chisora is not the best fighter, but he will bring the heat. And then we've got Dillian Whyte. Dillian Whyte has never been that disciplined. I don't rate him as a top fighter. Alexander Povetkin knocked him clean out. You know, so I'm just saying that, like, I don't think Tyson Fury is a good fighter. He's got good distance control, good judge of distance. He uses his reach well. You know, for a big man, he's very good on his feet. You know, he's got a good jab. It's not that powerful, but it's fast. And, you know, he's a hard target to hit. He moves and throws punches and stuff like that. But he's a bit clumsy. He leaves a lot of space, a lot of gaps for hooks and for uppercuts and things like that. He gets caught with. And, you know, he's not a defensive genius like people think like I said, I think he's overrated. And I wouldn't be surprised if, let's say we see him in this rescheduled fight on the 18th of May. That's not happening, but let's say, surprise me. Let's say it happens. I wouldn't be surprised if Alexander Usyk absolutely outboxes him every round. Or maybe knocks him down multiple times or something that we just don't expect. He just completely outclasses Tyson Fury and everyone's surprised. I wouldn't be surprised. He stepped up a level, and maybe that's the level that we needed to see Tyson Fury at. I wouldn't be surprised. There's talk of him getting absolutely battered in sparring to the point where he had to send home cruiserweights. And the evidence of that is when we see the video of him taking that shot from that small unknown guy. The shot was a clean shot. It wasn't an elbow, nothing like that. He didn't guard himself on the inside, which is supposed to be Tyson Fury's strength. He got hit with a clean shot which rocked Tyson Fury's head back and opened up that cut. I've never seen any weaknesses from Usyk, to be honest. Usyk is always very tidy in the fight. Never makes any mistakes, ever. The only mistake I've ever seen Usyk make is that one where he got hit with that body shot from Dubois. And if you think it was low, if you think it was on the belt, whatever. But that was the only time I think he kind of really got caught with a good shot. Other than that, he's looked flawless, So I wouldn't be surprised if this fight does happen, which I don't think it will anyway. But if it does, I think Usyk obliterates him. Too many mistakes, I think, personally. I think he'll try to use his size and stuff, and then he'll realise that doesn't work. And I don't think Usyk will allow him to hold him and to kind of maul him and stuff. I think he's too much of a clean puncher, Fury will try all of that stuff, that mauling stuff, and he'll get a punch like that the punch that opened up that cut. He'll receive something like that if he tries to maul Usyk. I just think Usyk at the moment is probably the best. I personally think, and this might sound crazy, but I think that Anthony Joshua has got a better chance of beating Usyk than Tyson Fury. I know he lost twice, but I just feel like it's made Anthony Joshua a better fighter. I think he would know what to do in a rematch. And although I don't think Anthony Joshua would win necessarily, but there's a few things he'd do different. I don't think he would allow Usyk to set that pace and be reacting to everything like Usyk and then gassing. I think he would fight his own fight. And he was kind of fighting Alexander Usyk's fight. So that was a mistake that Anthony Joshua made. And I feel like because Anthony Joshua is always fighting great competition, he always improves and gets better. The Anthony Joshua now is way better than the Anthony Joshua who fought Alexander Usyk twice and lost. But Tyson Fury, is Tyson Fury getting better? Who has he fought to bring up his level? Fighting Deontay Wilder doesn't make him any better. He's only got a right hand. Fighting Klitschko how many years ago? Who else has he fought at a top level? Like I said, Otto Walling went life and death with Otto Walling. So not to make this video too long, but I just think that this cut, it just goes a lot deeper than the fact that he got cut. I think it just shows that, he's just not that good. Let me know what you think anyway. I'm kind of deflated about the whole thing. I know that they tried to make it up to us fans by giving us this Mickey Mouse date. As it gets closer to that date, they'll probably push it back or whatever. But you just can't make someone sign a contract to say this is going to be the date. You must, make the fight on this date or you get fined £10 million. It's like anything can happen. The cut might not heal. It halfway there, it might get infected. All sorts of things might get reopened somehow, or some freak accident or some kind of complication. So I don't know. Let me know what you think anyway. I'm not going to make the video too long. Tyson Fury, I would feel sorry for him if he never had this constant, record of mishaps, either pulling out, mental health, injury, or just being plain kind of difficult to work with like he did with Usyk the first time. Why this has taken so long. Yeah, not happy with Tyson Fury. Let me know what you think. I'm on to the next.
I said, guess who's back? Man, guess who's back? I said, guess who's